Hey everyone, welcome back to 24 Days of Yoga, the Yoga Advent Calendar for the Body and the Mind. Today I'm sharing a evening yoga sequence with you, which is great to do after a busy day or just before you're getting into your bed. This sequence helps you to slow down, to unwind, to tune inwards, and the gentle stretches will help you to release tension out of the body and to soften into the muscles so that you hopefully will have a better night of sleep or a good night of sleep. When you're ready, let's get into something comfortable, maybe even your pajamas, and then have a little blanket ready as we meet on the mat. See you there. All right, let's get started in child's pose. Take your knees out as wide as the mat, have the big toes touching together, and then reach your hands forward as far as possible. Maybe you're able to melt your head all the way down to the ground. Feel free to have a cushion or even a yoga block underneath your head if that feels a little bit better and easier accessible for you. In your child's pose, see if you can have the hips sinking heavy down towards the heels. Relax your hands, your arms, let them melt into the mat. Let your belly be soft. Let your jaw and your facial muscles relax. Bringing our focus into our breathing. Taking big inhales here, feeling that slight expansion of the skin in your back body with every inhale. And then taking the pace out of the day as we unwind here, slowing down with every exhalation. Giving yourself permission here to rest, to relax, to shift gears. Let's take a few more breaths here. Coming up onto your forearms, just take your left hand and slide it underneath the right armpit, turning the palm to face upwards. You're going to again allow your left shoulder and the head to near down to the floor as you reach your right fingertips forward. Or maybe you're just going to relax the arm down. It's your practice. You can take the intensity that you wish into your poses. Alternative or optional is always that you make this more restorative, or if you want to keep it a little bit more active, you could again reach your right hand a little bit forward, crawl the right fingertips forward as the right elbow lifts off the floor. Let's take one more breath in here. Switching sides, take your right hand in front of your face, push yourself up. And then go ahead, reach the left arm forward. Take your right hand and slide it underneath your left armpit here, bringing right shoulder, right side of the head, the right ear towards the ground. The top of the right hand is towards the floor, the palm faces up. And again here, your choice, reaching the fingertips up and ahead towards the top of the mat, or simply relaxing the whole left arm down to the ground. Continue taking those big inhalations, finding that stretching sensation in the upper back body. As you exhale, grounding, slowing down. One more round of breath here. Take your left palm in front of the face again, push yourself up. And then from here, let's come all the way up into a tabletop position. placing hands underneath the shoulders, hips over the knees, toes pointing back in line with the knees. As we inhale, few rounds of cat-cow here, finding space in the front body and then creating a nice rounding in the upper back body. Flow with your breath on an inhale, finding that back arch, that opening through the collarbones, pushing the heart forward. Exhaling, chin to chest, shoulders broaden, pressing down through the tops of the toes and the fingertips. One more round here. Exhale, find that rounding, that pushing up between the shoulder blades. Nice. Let's come into one downward facing dog here. It's the only one of this practice. You want to pedal your feet, finding a little bit of a lengthening sensation in the back muscles of your legs. Noticing here that downward dog is not only a strengthening pose, we're working to a great alignment in the spine in downward dog. So frame your ears with your biceps here. Have your head between your arms. Press down firmly through the hands. See if you can push your chest a little bit further back to the thighs, maybe bending into the knees if your hamstrings are tight. Aligning the head and the tailbone, finding a nice long line with the spine here. Big breath in. Open your mouth, exhale out. Just one more. And exhale out. Drop the knees back down to the ground. Cross your ankles and then come into a cross-legged seat. I'm just going to turn so you can see me a little bit better. Finding your comfortable seat here. Let's go ahead and find a little bit release into the neck and the shoulders. So I want you to take your hands and interlace them behind your lower back. And with interlaced hands, take both hands over to the left outside of your hip. The left elbow is drawing back. And then from here, let's see if we can drop the right ear down towards the right shoulder. Keep the jaw soft, the shoulders relaxed. And then you can begin to move a little bit through space with your nose, almost as if you were trying to draw little shapes with your nose. You could do little circles, you could do little lines of diagonal, maybe an up and a down, just whatever feels good here and lets you experience that nice stretch in your left side of the neck into that muscle that runs all the way from the back of your ear down into the shoulders. Let's take another big breath in here. And then inhale, take your head back to center. And from here, release the arms. Take the right arm down, left arm up overhead. Find a nice side body stretch here. See if you can engage through the left fingertips as you press the left heel down. Shoulders away from the ears. Maybe closing the eyes gently here. Finding that sensation of lengthening from your left fingertips down to the left hip. Maybe you can dial your heart a little bit more open, maybe even gaze up to the left fingertips. All optional here. Big breath in. Exhale out. And pushing yourself back to center. Take the hands back, interlace the opposite thumb on top, so the one that usually feels quite awkward. Take your hands, interlace over to the right hip. Draw the right elbow back. Drop the shoulders down and then go ahead and drop your left ear down towards the left shoulder, trying to keep your seat upright. So the spine is still long here and we're pulling that right elbow back, finding that sensation of stretch in the outer right neck area, shoulder, top of the shoulder. And then again, you're going to begin to move your nose through space here, finding Gentle movements and noticing how the change of the position of your head changes the sensation of stretch as well. Nice. One more inhale. Exhale out. Take your head back to center and release your arms behind you. Take the left hand down to the side on the left. Reach the right arm over, bend as deep as you can into that left elbow here. Taking the right fingertips up and over to the left as you push the right hip down to the ground. Finding that big sensation of stretch through the right side body. And then maybe even dialing up a little bit more with the chest towards the ceiling here, gazing up to the right fingertips. Breathe in here. Breathe out. Pushing into the left hand brings you back into an upright seat. From here, let's go ahead and find seated pigeon. So what we're going to do is take the right ankle, so extend your left leg just a little bit out. Take your right ankle and cross it on top of your left thigh, not on top of the knee, a little bit higher up. Flex your right foot, take your hands behind you, and then begin to slide that left heel in as close as possible that you can still ensure a nice upright line in your spine here. Keep that right foot flexed, and maybe a little gentle sway right and left here will help you find that sensation in your outer right hip. Yeah, that's it. Keeping your breath steady and easy. Maybe you can lift the left toes off the mat a little bit to intensify that stretch. You can totally just rest and be here and feel the sensation of stretching this way. Wherever you are, let's take 2 more breaths. Nice. Now let's go ahead, extend that left leg out long again. Place the sole of the foot on the outside of that left leg. Flex your left foot. Left arm reaches up high. Maybe hold the outside of your right knee as you begin to come into a seated twist here. You're trying to align your spine, again, head over heart over pelvis, finding that nice long line. By pushing the fingertips down into the ground, you can lengthen a little bit higher up, and then as you exhale, with a little bit of awareness in the belly area, we twist, and the head can stay just looking straight forward, or maybe if you feel okay in your neck, you can look over your right shoulder. We're going to keep this twist gentle. Obviously, if you have a practice going where you want to come deeper into the twist, take any variation that works for you. Let's take another big breath in here, lengthen. Exhale, twist. Changing back, coming back to center. Switching the legs, so extending the right leg slightly out, taking your left ankle on top of that right knee, flexing the left foot immediately. Hands come behind for support, and then slide that right heel in as much as possible so that you can still keep that nice upright spine. With a flexion in your left foot, you might want to sway a little bit side to side, connecting to the sensation in your left outer hip. Breathe here. Again, maybe to intensify, you could lift the right toes off the floor. Let's take 2 more breaths here, wherever you are. Sending that right leg out again to release the pose. Left sole of the foot connects down to the ground on the outer right knee. Right arm reaches up, lengthen, and then twist to your left as your hand connects to the outer left knee. The right foot is flexed. Fingertips of the left hand press into the ground with an inhale. And as you exhale, awareness to the area of the navel, twist, maybe looking back over your left shoulder. This is not necessary. Your head can be anywhere. Taking 2 more inhales and exhales here. Unwinding, take your head back to center first. Take your feet back. Maybe take your hands behind you again. Take the feet as wide as the mat and then just windshield wiper the knees side to side a few times here, releasing any tension. That's it. And just scoot yourself up a little bit to the bottom of your mat. Hold your knees so that when you roll down, you make sure that your whole body is supported on the mat here. Just hugging the knees to the chest. Give yourself a few rocks side to side. And then coming into Happy Baby as our final pose for this evening yoga stretch. Holding the hands to the outsides of the feet with the arms coming from the insides here. See if you can press your tailbone down towards the ground. Pulling the knees gently towards the armpits as the hands pull down against the soles of the feet. We're trying to stack the heels in line with the ankles. Shoulders relaxed, jaw is soft. Slight tuck of the chin here to guarantee extension in the spine. You can close your eyes. Breathe here. Breathe deep into the belly. One more round. Slowly taking the feet down to the ground, let's come into a reclined butterfly pose. Soles of the feet connect. The knees drop out to the sides. The arms are just resting alongside your body. The closer you bring your connection of the feet in towards the body, the deeper the sensation. So you might want to keep it gentle here and just push the heels a little bit further out so that you have a bigger, kind of like a diamond shape in between the legs. Closing the eyes here, we're going to end with a short pranayama breathing practice. Let's take a big breath in together. Full breath out. Breathe in for 1, 2, 3, 4. Breathe out for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. In, 2, 3, 4. Out, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. In, 2, 3, 4. Out, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. In, 2, 3, 4. Out, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. One more round. In, 2, 3, 4. Out, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Coming back to your natural normal breathing. Go ahead and slide your legs all the way out. Find your preferred position for Shavasana. And then today's video is going to end here, so if you want to switch off the video, if you're already in bed, cover yourself up nicely, cuddle yourself into the blankets. If you're doing this at the end of a busy day, take any time that you have, even as the video ends here, just relaxing, taking a few more breaths. Thank you so much for joining me today, and I will see you next time. Namaste. Thank you.